So thank you so much for joining me for this self-care workshop. We're now starting the fourth part of our final session here. We've done our breathing, our meditating, and now we did asana poses for stability, and now we're looking at building from that stability and doing some confidence here. So these two asana practices can be done separately if you want to do that separately, or you can go from the stability one to here. Just skip the cool down section starting at the legs of the wall, skip that, and then just move here to this video. So once we have time for ourselves and we have that space, it allows us to feel better about ourselves. It allows us to feel solid in who we are and our energy. And when we do that, we're able to move forward with a lot more confidence and motivation and feeling good about ourselves. And when we feel good about ourselves and good about what we're doing, then our actions are just better. They're better. We are better. We do more. We have more to give. We're much more powerful people when we work from a place of calmness, stability, and confidence instead of being scattered all over the place. So this is why self-care is important, to find the practices that work for you and just build up from that. And sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out what works for you. For me, my biggest thing has been the breathing, the meditating, and the asana practices. These have been extremely helpful to me, and I hope that you find some help for yourself as well. And it's just fun too. Doing these things, I find, it's fun. It's a lot of discovery about yourself and what you can do, and you can find that with enough practice, you can pretty much do whatever it is that you want to do. You can sit through the longer meditations. You can end up doing the little bit more challenging poses. It's just about spending that time with yourself. So without further ado, we're going to stand in mountain pose here with our legs hip width apart. Our feet are really nice and grounded. And you can even kind of lift up from the heels and ground each toe into the mat, so we can start a really solid place. Yes, we're going to be moving through and being confident, but you can't be confident without solid ground underneath you. So we're going to have a nice long spine here and just focus on our breath for a moment as we're breathing in and out. And we want to take a look at our inhales and exhales. See if we can get them nice and steady and long. Breathing up from our belly. Filling our chest and our lungs full of air. Finding our center in our breath. And as you're breathing, you may even find the center of your strength as it radiates out from you. You may even find a line is running from the top of your head all the way to the ground, creating an invisible cord that's bringing up that grounding energy from the ground all the way up through your body. Enhancing what's already there, making you feel strong and capable. And we thank Mother Earth for this beautiful energy, for helping us feel this strength and lending her beauty and calm and groundedness to us for a little while. So we're going to move our spine a little bit. So it's not so straight, just kind of move, bring some movement into our spine just a bit. And now we're going to move our neck a little bit with some neck rolls, going halfway around and then coming back around. And pause, and then move back around again halfway. Let's go one more time around. And this time, we'll move around. We're going to go all the way back. And then around this side. Just whatever feels good for you, just moving that neck around. Getting some stretch in there, moving that energy. I'm going to shake it out a little bit. Make sure we're nice and loosey-goosey here. Then we're going to take our arms with a big inhale. Bring our arms up to the sky. Look past our fingertips. Bring our palms together. Fingertips and thumbs out. Rest of the fingers are in. And then we're going to lean to one side as we exhale. Bending over as far as comfortable for you. And then we're going to inhale to center and bend to the other side as we exhale. And inhale, hands down. Now we're just going to kind of move and twist to one side. We're going to take the arm to the left side here. And you can bring your hand all the way to your side, or you can just come out this far. It really is depending. If you want a deeper stretch, you move your hand here to the side and just kind of rotate toward the left with your body, your upper body, leaving your feet flat on the floor, moving your right shoulder as far over as you can. And just stretch wherever that's comfortable for you. Wherever the stretch is good. It can be a big stretch or a medium stretch or a small. And inhale, come back to center, and we're going to do this on the other side. So left arm over to the side, and then just bring your body over to the right, as far as you can go, as comfortable for you. And then inhale, back to center. We'll do a forward fold, so hands up as we inhale, and exhale, we're going to move forward, down to the ground, tilting from the hips, bringing our hands to the ground, or you can take a block. Use a block here. Just feeling a good stretch in the back. And I'm going to move here to the side of the mat. I'm going to move into downward dog. So I'm going to take my hands flat to the ground here, move my feet to the back of the mat, move my hips to the back of the mat, heels as close to the ground as we can, arms stretched out forward, head kind of hanging between our arms, and looking toward our navel as we breathe. Now we're going to inhale to a high plank. So we're going to rock forward on our arms, moving our bottom down. Exhale to downward dog. And we're going to move with our breath. So inhale again, plank. Exhale to downward dog. One more time. Inhale to plank. Exhale to downward dog. Make sure we're nice and grounded here. Then we're going to take our left foot, rise it to the ceiling for a three-legged dog. And hold here as we breathe. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring that leg down that's high up. Swing it down. Come as far to your right elbow as you can. And then bring that leg back up to the ground. To the ceiling. And we're going to do that again. Bring the knee to our right elbow, left knee, and leg back up to the sky. Let's do again. Bring the knee down. Inhale, and as we exhale, leg back up to the ceiling. One more. Inhale, exhale, leg back up. Now we're going to go back to downward dog. And this time we're going to lift up the right knee. Hold here for a moment. And then as we inhale, bring that right knee down as far to the left elbow as you can. And then back up. And just move with your breath. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, back up. Inhale, down. Exhale, back up. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, leg back up. 1 more. Inhale, knee down. Exhale, leg back up. Let's move into downward dog. And now I'm going to move down to child's pose for a moment. Stretch out that back. Put our bottoms to our heels as close as we can. And then we're going to move up into cobra. So it's kind of like a gentle movement where we're moving up, moving our body forward, moving our chest between our hands, looking up to the ceiling, shoulders down away from our ears, and breathe. So we have a really nice groundedness here. So now we're going to lift up our confidence by doing some different poses here. As we move our hands back, we're going to move into low lunge. So we're going to swing our right knee forward, kind of bend into that right knee. Got like a 90-degree angle going on with the knee and ankle in the front. Our back leg is down to the ground from knee to the ankle. And we're just kind of stretching into this. And this is requiring a little stability, but also we're coming up off that mat. Our hands are up past our ears, reaching toward that sky as we're slowly building our confidence to move up. And now we're going to actually twist this out. So we're going to take our body and twist it to the right, bringing our elbow, the left elbow, to our right knee, hands together on this other side as we twist. Right, so then we're going to move into Warrior One, so this is going to take some balance here. So just bring your hands to the ground, and then you're going to slowly lift up to your tips of your toes and the back leg, and take your time lifting up off that leg, using your front leg as your balance, and slowly move up into Warrior One. So we have, bring our leg out like this, with our toes pointed at an angle. Front knee, 90-degree angle with our ankle. Arms up past our ears. And breathe. And then we're going to move into Warrior Two. So hips and arms alongside the mat. And then looking out through our front fingertips. And feel that confidence strowing through us. So we're standing here in this pose. Now we're going to straighten this front leg and come down to the mat to triangle. So we're going to bring our right hand down. You can move it all the way to the ground, or if you'd like to have a block, you can use the long side or short side. Use it as stability. As you twist around, look up past your front fingertips as you bring your left hand up to the sky. Making sure that front knee is not bent. That knee is straight as well. We're going to move into downward dog. So if we have a block, put it over there. So this is an interesting transition. So we're going to come to our back knee in the back here, back leg, Move our front leg back to the back as well. Now we're kind of in a tabletop position as we bring our hands to the ground. And then inch them hands forward. Lean forward and lift up on your back toes. Hips to the back of the mat. Arms nice and long in front of you. And breathe. And now we're coming to low lunge, so we're going to bring our left leg to the front of the mat. Bring our right knee down. So you want knee over ankle, and you want to kind of lean into it here. So you have a nice stretch in your groin, moving your arms up past your ears. And breathe. If you want to add, you can stay here, or you can add the twist. Twisting to the left, bring your right elbow to left knee, hands together, and breathe. Now we're going back up to our warrior one. So make sure our hands are on the floor, so get our balance. Then we're going to put most of our weight in our front leg as we lift up on our back toes. Swing that foot around to an angle. And then gently lift up from the ground. Knee and ankle at a 90 degree in the front. Arms up past the ears. And breathe. And warrior two, move those hips and arms alongside the mat, looking out past your front fingertips, and breathe. And then triangle, we're going to straighten out that front knee, going to tilt down the front, bringing the block back if you want it, or just take your hand to the ground, whichever. And then we're going to twist around, so we're bringing up that hand to the sky, looking up past our fingertips. Knees are straight, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, and breathe. So we're going to come into a forward fold, block here. So we're going to step up to the front of the mat, feet shoulder hip width apart, and just lean forward. You can either be touching the ground at this point, so lean forward, or you can still use your block, whatever feels good for you. Just stretch out that back. And we're going to take our arms and bring them up to the sky as we come up off our mat. Hands down to the side. I'm going to move on my mat a little bit so you can see this. We're going into tree and dancer pose. So first we want to make sure we're nice and grounded in our feet. Let's do right side. We're going to take our right foot up. We can either leave our foot here, and it doesn't matter. It depends on where your balance is today. It could be here, or you can move your leg right beneath your knee. Here. Shoulders are back. Your hips are open. Bring your arms around, hands to heart, and breathe. And you can stay here, or a second option, bring your hands over your head. Third option, cactus arms. And then we're going to move into dancer pose. So you may want to find your grounding again. Sometimes I do between these poses, or you can go straight in from one to the other. One arm up, left arm up past the ear. Bend your knee. Grab your ankle. And your next option is to move forward and tilt forward from the hip, bringing the knee out, straight out from the back. And your next option is to bring your front arm up and arch it back. The dancer pose. Navel's in, neck is long, shoulders down. Bring your legs back to the ground here. And then we're going to do tree on the other side. So I'm nice and grounded. Bring the left leg either to the ankle or right below the right knee. Hips are out and open. Hands to heart. And remember your options. 1, 2, 3. And pick a spot in front of you just to focus on that. Just a single spot helps you keep your balance. Move into dancer pose. Left side. I'm a little stronger on this leg. And you're going to find that one leg's going to hold balance better than the other, and that's okay. Move our right hand up past our ear, reach back to our left ankle, and you certainly can stay here or tilt forward as your balance allows. Go slow. And then the next option is to bring your front arm and arch it back a little. And you're actually having an arch in your back. And bring your foot down. And we're going to go back into a forward fold. We'll bring our arms all the way up to the sky. Just do a nice long stretch as you stretch out from the hips, bringing your hands to the floor, tilting from your hips, maybe going a little bit deeper into the stretch than before, and breathe. All right, we're going down in the cool down mode now. So we're going to come down to our mat. Bring a block if you like for legs up the wall, or you don't need one. It's up to you. Move back to the flat of our back here. Nice and grounded in our shoulders and our hips. And take a moment here. When you feel ready, you can either lift up from your hips, legs straight up, or you can lift up your bottom, put the block underneath, and then when you're ready, lift up from there and have a supported legs up the wall. Either way is fine. No way is really better than the other. I just like the extra lift here, and it does, when you do lift your legs above your heart, it does help your systems drain a little bit more. But I've done it both ways. So when you're ready, you can bring your knees into your chest, either with the block, or if that's too much of a stretch for you, take the block out. And then you can stretch again. Do a spinal twist now. So we're going to kind of roll on our backs a little bit. And when we're ready, take those knees to the right. Left head to the left. Arms straight out. And breathe as you twist. You may find your shoulders are kind of hunched up a little bit. So just see if you can get those shoulders down into the mat. Maybe releasing them a little more with your breath, with your exhales. And then we're going to inhale, roll around the back a little bit, and then bring our legs to the opposite side. And breathe. And then bring our knees back up. And now we're going into a cobbler's pose. So soles to your feet, soles of the feet together. Knees are out, hips are nice and wide. You can also take your hands, put them underneath your outer thighs on each side, which is going to open up your hips just a little bit more. And just stay here for a moment and breathe. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana. So we're going to take our legs out straight down to the ground. Our hands, arms resting by our sides, shoulders in the mat. And just breathe. Maybe using our breath to melt further into the mat. Releasing any tightness, any tension you might find. Using this time and space to appreciate ourselves where we are. Thankful we showed up today. Thankful we did this practice. Thankful we took time for ourselves. And when we're ready, we're going to wiggle our fingers and toes a little, bringing us back to our bodies. And take our time moving to our side, taking a moment. When you're ready, come back to seated position. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty stable and strong and confident. Feeling ready to go out there and meet the world and be part of the world and make connections. So I'm going to take all this good energy and bring it up and bring it down to my heart hands to heart, to seal this practice and my intention to go forth as my best self with my best energy. Thank you so much for joining me for this amazing workshop. And I wish the best for you and your self-care as you move forward. Namaste.